How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Cricket District YouTube show. That's the name at the moment, but we haven't thought of one yet. We'll probably think of one over the next 25-30 minutes. Cricket District is the home of cricket culture. We like to cover cricket from grassroots level to Lords, the Village Green, all the way to the Adelaide Oval and everything in between. So joining me today, fellow cricket content creators, Tim and Will dealt with cricket, Abby Slade, content creator, and Atif Nawaz, commentator and comedian. And we're basically going to just chat about the game that we love. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds good to
Sure.
me.
Cool. I thought to kick things off, we could chat about our favourite moments from the cricketing week. Maybe just give me a couple of your favourite things. I'll probably go first. I don't know if you've seen this delivery, but this is just absolutely outrageous. I think this is Jimmy Anderson playing club cricket.
See,
It's so good.
It's such a note.
It's just an absolute seed,
Just
isn't it?
technically, the batter got his front foot outside the line of off stump, so he has his stumps covered.
Yeah.
That was a ridiculous amount of in swing.
It was just, that's just outrageous.
It's the kind of ball your uncle tells you about. Like, oh, you know, in the early 90s, I was bowling in the Berkshire League Division 6 and I bowled this gorgeous ball and, you know, it just swung like from here to there and it was amazing. And you always just kind of think, no, he didn't. But this guy's got it recorded in history forever.
It's amazing. And that's one of the best things about club cricketers filming their games now is all the way down to Division 10 of the East Sussex League. They're all using this new technology to film their games. And the amount of times we've been sat in a changing room and been like, oh, I wish that was filmed. It
I
is recorded.
prefer it though for the absolutely horrific pieces of cricket. That is better than the quality pieces.
but also you know that first slip when that bowler is retelling that story in 10 times will say, well, it was a half volley. And it was.
Yeah, it was
a half volley.
Where would you put it?
Probably over mid-off somewhere.
Yeah.
One bounce four, I'd imagine, yeah.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
So, I mean, that was some great cricket. As part of Cricket District, we also have That's So Village on Twitter. And every Monday morning, I put out a tweet that says, what is the most Village thing that's happened to you this week? And I thought I'd read out a few of our favourites. Let me just show you this.
We need a big screen.
Yeah, I'll put it up on the screen now. So, what's the most Village thing that happened in your match at the weekend? 4 players wore black trainers. I got dropped twice and still only got 1 run. Batsman wearing sunglasses edged the ball into his own face.
Were the sunglasses okay?
Lad from local college played in shorts and Nike Air trainers. Needed someone to bowl an over. He offered and bowled 4 wides in a row.
I've done that. That's not wrong.
Nothing wrong with that.
Give you the big uns.
Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, keep sending in all of your favourite moments on That's So Village. We love seeing them. Boys, what's been your favourite moment from the cricketing week?
My favourite moment from the cricketing week has to be Shreyas Iyer. I don't know whether it's his girlfriend or his partner or what. Doing the Amelia de Moldenberg and Louis Theroux, my money, don't jiggle jiggle.
It folds.
Simple. Just
Amazing.
perfect, that's what we want from cricket.
Cool.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
stick it up on the screen now. Enjoy. Abby, favourite moment of the week?
I would say Somerset being bowled out for 69 because I think it's funny, but it's not funny speaking as a Somerset fan. So I will go for Alistair Cook being bowled out by a 15-year-old.
Fantastic. How good is that? I think he plays an annual game for Bedfordshire Young Farmers.
And Young is
yeah,
pushing
yeah,
it.
yeah. And he was bowled by a 15-year-old who I don't think was even born when Cook made his Test debut.
Wow.
How cool.
He had all his gear on and he was taking
Yeah.
it very seriously.
Oh,
It
yeah.
wasn't...
Oh, he rehearsed his shot that
Yeah.
he should have played as he walked off.
Did he have the Essex helmet on, do you reckon?
Probably
Taped up.
Yeah.
Has to be
Yeah.
taped up.
Atif, what's your favourite moment of the week, mate?
There were loads of fun things that happened this week, including Middlesex beating Durham and a specific instance in that game. But I actually thought this was really sweet. The PCB did a photo shoot with the captains of Pakistan and Sri Lanka's women's teams to promote their T20 series that's ongoing right now, and Pakistan won the first match of that, in case anybody cares. But yeah, they did this photo shoot, but they did it on a boat on the Arabian Sea. So all the photos are beautiful and really picturesque. They just look like honeymoon photos. And it's really sweet. I mean, it's such a nice photo shoot. I don't think any other kind of series, men's or women's, has ever had that kind of photo shoot before. It was really cool. I really liked it. And yeah, it's just nice to see the kind of ingenuity going behind some of these things, because you often get the feeling that, you know, some types of cricket are considered less of a priority for boards and things like that, but obviously not. They're being dynamic, they're being interesting, and I really like that.
It's great to see, isn't it? I feel like the pre-series photo shoot is just done so many times that they have to come up with something creative.
Do it on a boat. That's beautiful.
Why not? Why
Do
not?
them all on a boat. That's what I say. All of them.
All
The
at
ashes.
sunset.
On Regent's Canal.
So good. It's only May, but we've had so much cricket already in the professional side of the game. Obviously, County Championship going on, T20 Blast coming up. I'll ask you first about the County Championship, the state of play at the moment. What are your thoughts? Boys, first?
My thoughts?
Okay. Well, I just think, and this is coming from a man who lives in London, County Championship is in a really healthy spot. Every time I've been to a game this year, albeit all at the Oval, the numbers have been fantastic, and there seems to be a younger crowd there enjoying it as well. And yeah, the weather's helped, but also everywhere I look, whether that be on TikTok or whether that be on Twitter, there's people talking about it. It feels to me anyway like the County Championship is in a really healthy spot.
I think the streams as well have helped it massively. I think that's probably the future of the county game, to be honest with you. Not all of us are privileged enough to be able to go to Surrey on a Friday afternoon. You must have a good boss. I don't, so I watch it. While,
It's all about
while
refreshing.
up,
It's all about refreshing in your pocket.
But the
Make it
streams
look
will
like
be the future. I think that's been a massive thing for the county game the last few years. And just getting the chance to have a look, and hopefully the England selectors are watching the streams as well. They haven't been the last few years.
There is one thing to pick up though that I've noticed is that bowlers always seem to find a way of making excuses for poor performances. And at the start of this county championship season, there's been rumours flying around about dodgy dukes.
Okay.
And that is a load of nonsense. People have just been playing well. People have just been playing. Bowlers find any excuse just because guys are doing well.
Yeah.
Give them a break. Because early season, of course, people are supposed to be bowled out for 70. But no, it's not been happening, especially like Kent have been piling on runs, Surrey have been piling on runs. But anyway.
Were they not talking about Andrew? Prince Andrew.
Oh.
Moving on. Abby, you've been to a few games already this season.
I have
Somerset
indeed.
fan, is that right?
Somerset fan.
How's it been?
It has not been an excellent start to the season so far for Somerset. I started supporting Somerset in 2019, and I started supporting them at the beginning of the season, and I chose a really good season to start supporting them, and ever since then it's just kind of gone downhill. Obviously, end of 2019, County Championship decided between us and Essex. It was the same the next year with the Bob Willis Trophy between us and Essex again. Last year, things just did not go to plan after all the players came back from the 100. And this year, it's not going to plan before the 100 begins. But we have the main thing that matters to me is the Somerset-Gloucestershire match. And we tend to lose when we play at Bristol. And we absolutely demolished Gloucestershire last week. So what more could I as a Somerset fan want?
Amazing, congrats. You've been working in cricket the last month, covering County Championship.
Yeah,
Big Middlesex fan, is that right?
I am. Yeah, but I'm very objective when I'm on the air, of course. Always.
Got it.
I remember when we played Leicester at Lord's. I was on commentary with Richard Ray, who's he's been with Leicester for years and years and years, maybe decades. And there was a moment where Ben Mike, who's an all-rounder for Leicester, got to 99, his highest first-class score. He's at the non-strikers end, a couple of wickets for the other end, 9 wickets are down. His dad's in attendance. It's all, and Richard's giving it the big. And you can tell Richard's got this emotional investment in this player. He's watched him his whole life. He's watched him grow up. It's different to me because like Stevie Eskenazi or John Simpson, if they have a bad day, they have a bad day. If they have a good day, well done, lads, good for you. But it's not the same as Richard's connection to Ben Mike. He saw him come through the system, 23-year-old kid. He's stranded on 99, right? And the guy gets out the other end, and Richard just slams his headset down and goes for a walk, and he's upset. And obviously, there's no gloating in that situation. It's like, oh, heartbreaking for Ben Mike, so close to his first-class century, yet so far. But what a tremendous innings, and he's applauded by the try and be really objective and nice and friendly, and you don't want Richard to throw his headset in your direction. But yeah, I mean, there's been some really lovely little subplots that have got people engaged as well. Players coming in, overseas players, I think this year have been awesome. Just getting Che Pujara, and he's just scoring runs for fun. Two back-to-back double hundreds. I think you got Shan Masood's been scoring massive amounts of runs for Derby as well. Shaheen came in, loads of interest in Shaheen at Middlesex, obviously, and then just like a dearth of people. The people get drawn to these figures as well, because ultimately it comes down to the cricket. You can put it in a nice, neat package and shiny kits and promotional launches and trophies and boat trips and whatever it is you want to do. But ultimately, it comes down to the quality of the cricket, and that will always draw in a good cricket fan. Bringing in world-class players, exposing them to these, like I keep talking about Middlesex, but like Toby Rowland-Jones and Ethan Bamber at Middlesex raised their game massively, and you've got to believe that Shaheen is there playing a part in just incentivizing them, and like, this guy's awesome, I got to raise my game, I got to be on his level, I got to surpass his level. It's really good. It's a great time to be a fan. If you're a London cricket fan, you're going to be very happy, because like Surrey at the top of Division 1, Middlesex at the top of Division 2. But yeah, I mean, the batting quality has taken everybody by surprise. I think I was counting, I tried to count them all up. So something like 58 hundreds and like 6 or 7 double hundreds had been scored before the start of May.
Wow.
Right? That is unbelievable. People always talked about like, county championship, shifting it to April. There's going to be the death knell of the county championship. Batters will never be able to score any runs. It'll be like free for all wickets. And then everybody comes and scores a ton of runs. So that's, you never know. Like, I think people adapt, they get better, and there's great quality cricketers out there, put the time in, they practice, and they flourish.
That's awesome. One of the things you mentioned there about mixing the incredible overseas talent with homegrown talent, I think is so exciting about the county game. I think it's one of the reasons why people love county cricket and why they love the T20 Blast, is because the association with the county and where they're from. And I think there's a lot of talk around the world at the moment, particularly on Twitter, about franchising, this kind of stuff. I think you would lose a real element of pride with particular counties.
So with county cricket,
I understand elements of the argument, so I'd love to know your thoughts.
County cricket, it's been tinkered with a lot. And I don't have all the data and information that administrators and people in charge do, but I will say it's really frustrating as a fan, where 1 year we're watching 2 divisions of 9 teams, and then 1 year watching one division that's 10 teams, 1 division 18. Now you talk about a 3rd division with 2 teams, and it's not that complicated. The Premier League in football bangs because everybody knows what it is. It's 20 teams, 4 go to the Champions League, 2 go to Europa, 6 go to Intertoto, whatever it is they have these days. I don't know what they're called anymore. But I don't know. I don't really listen. Cricket. I don't know. I just talk to me about cricket. So I'm an Arsenal fan. What do I know about football? But sorry. So you probably know loads, right? I just think that needless tinkering is really frustrating as a fan. You want to be able to invest in something that's going to be constant and consistent.
Sure.
I think 2 divisions of 9 teams is the perfect way to do it. You don't need to go any further than that. Franchising a first-class competition, despite what any high-profile cricketer says, has never happened anywhere. So why are we talking about it, right? We've never done it before. You got your T20 Blast. There's some work to do there for sure in organising it properly. The 100 is there. It's there. Everybody has different opinions about it. But the first class game, you've got to protect it the way it is. The way it is, at the very least the way it is, at best with a few more fixtures, 9 teams in each division, everybody plays 16 games. That's my perfect county setup.
I'm with you. I think there's nothing wrong with 18 teams. I mean, India, the Ranji Trophy, they got 36 and they managed to make it work. The difficulty we have in England is that it's a 3-month season basically, and you've got to fit everything. You've got to fit in Test cricket, you've got to fit in one-day cricket, you've got to fit T20 and now the 100 and things like that, and I understand that. So what we need to do is create a longer season, and what we can do nowadays is actually go and play county cricket abroad. So you can do the first half of the season, or the first part of the season, in somewhere like India or Pakistan, where players are learning how to play a spinning ball, or learning how to play with a SG ball as well. The back end of the season you go over to Australia, where people are learning how to play the ball that bounces and rises, and learning how to play with the kookaburra ball. Like, I might upset a lot of county fans here as well, but the streams like I just talked about mean that we don't necessarily have to have Lancashire playing at Old Trafford all year round. They can go and play in Sydney, and you can still enjoy it.
Are you going to take away the Scarborough fixture?
I'm going to take away the Scarborough fixture from Yorkshire. But why not? Because, and then you fit everything else in that you need to have in the key months of the summer. So you need to have Test cricket in the key months of the summer to make money. You need to have the Blast in the key months of the summer to make money. And now they've got the 100 as well. That needs to be in there as well. So if you find a way to create a longer season, and also develop cricketers in different conditions. That's what I'd do to tinker with the county championship personally.
Abby, do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, they have them abroad for the pre-season tours, so why not just stay over there and then come back here when it's sunny?
There's
Seems to make
a lot
sense.
of county members who are there on sort of cold April days that are going to hate me.
And I can agree
They're
with you
watching
speaking
YouTube,
as one
aren't
of the ones sitting there in the rain. So
You watch the stream, like you said.
Yeah.
But these streams, like if you look at the data for the streams, and I've been privy to some of it, a lot of these audiences are outside of England. They watch it. I don't remember who it was I was speaking to. One of the counties was telling me that like 60% of the audience was in India watching on YouTube. Like, take advantage of that. If they're there for you, a lot of these counties pair up with other teams as well. So like Yorkshire have got a connection with Lahore Qalandars in Pakistan. Like, pair up with places around the world, organise some fixtures, get that extra interest and create a year-round thing for yourselves as a county. The slight caveat to that is now you've got players who play for like 50 different teams, right? So
Sure.
you get that weird situation that you got in the old T20 Champions League where players would have to choose which team to play for, and they'd inevitably go for the Indian team because that's where the money is, and no judgments. That's a fair call for people to make who are looking after the living. But that gets messy. I understand. But I think if Lancashire had to put together an 11 that was a Lancashire 11, they could do that and play against, I don't know, like the Delhi Bulls or whatever they're called, right? I think that's a really cool idea. We should make this happen. Let's do it.
Why not?
Yeah.
Let's write some letters.
You're the new director.
Come
of
on,
the
boys.
cricket.
We've got Rob Key's number, right?
Come on, Abby, sort it out. You've got some pull.
Oh,
Not to
do
put-
I? Not with Rob Key. Not yet.
I'm going to put a huge damper on it. But
There you go.
if we're sitting here and you're saying that the majority of an audience for a live stream is coming from abroad, and why is it then that we need to have these grand idea about the championship? Why can't we just sort of leave it as it is at the moment and make sure that we're prioritising the things that are actually driving people to the game and making people interested? I'm a Surrey fan. I love county championship cricket. I also want us to do well at Test cricket. But I don't see a problem with the game evolving to a point where maybe Surrey only play T20 cricket and one-day cricket.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments. It's at Dealt with Cricket.
And
Giving a take.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the Instagram.
We'll
DM.
leave that for the comments. 'Cause I think it's good to move on
yeah.
to another competition.
I don't want to get murdered by an account.
Yeah.
By speaking either way.
Let's lighten things up a bit. T20 Blast is coming up. Great fun. I know you guys are planning on going to a few fixtures. We're all
Yes,
big
yeah,
fans of
can't
the
wait.
Blast. Can't wait to get started. Abby, what are your thoughts on, as a Somerset fan, are you excited? Somerset have obviously got a great squad, super talented players, different format. Excited to see them get going?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, I've got half the Somerset team in my fantasy team, it feels like. So
Awesome.
wait and see how Banton and Smead do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am a Somerset White Ball member, so I've got tickets to all of the T20 games. Whether I can actually go and watch them is a different matter. But I will be there on Sunday for the double header. It starts tomorrow now, obviously, over in Kent, which I believe you guys are going to.
Yes, super
Very
good.
Shout
jealous.
out, Liam.
But yeah,
Cheers,
I'm
Liam.
very excited for the double header on Sunday. It's the Charlotte Edwards Cup, which is the women's domestic T20 competition.
Yeah.
Charlotte Edwards Cup, the first game, and then the second game is Somerset versus, I want to say Sussex, but I could be wrong. But very excited for it.
Super exciting. I'm aware that you're actually not going to be a Middlesex fan anymore. Is that right? T20 Blast, you
listen,
switch allegiances.
They
I've heard
don't
of-
exist
I don't-
anyway.
yeah.
They don't exist
I've heard
anyway.
of Fisher's
You know what?
Corner.
I used to have a go at Mark Ramprakash because he was a Middlesex player basically his whole career, and then he finished his career at Surrey.
Sure.
So we'd have like light-hearted banter about Mark, like, how could you do this? How would you leave? Why would you leave North for South? I've done this with various players over the years, like when they move from club to club and different loyalties. And I remember Wazzy Makram played for Lancashire for like 500 years and then randomly went and played one other season for, I think it was Glamorgan? No, that was Wakar Yunus was Glamorgan. I forget. Well, Wakar Yunus did Surrey for years, then he went and played at Glamorgan. It felt weird, right? It's really weird to see like these players who've played for one county forever. But now I have tremendous sympathy for them because when Warwickshire got in touch with me and said like, we'd love for you to host our live stream for the T20 Blast. I love Edgbaston, one of my favourite venues, and I love the city of Birmingham as well. It's really fun. I talked to Middlesex. I said, yo, save me a 2-hour drive, give me a gig. And they're like, oh, sorry, Atif, we've got so-and-so and so-and-so, and they're both very, very good. I said, okay, well, you've got to eat, innit? So,
So what are you doing up there at Warwickshire?
I'm going to be hosting the live stream for the T20s,
Awesome.
the 6 that are on the stream.
Yeah.
And one of the games is going to be on Sky Sports, so I won't be on for that one.
Okay.
But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Like, I love everything about the Blast. I think it's a great competition. Obviously, I'm backing Middlesex. I can't remove the tattoo, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm still backing Middlesex. I just hope there's no Middlesex-Birmingham final. That'll make things very awkward.
Sure.
But hey, listen, I've lived through a lifetime of Pakistan versus England. So this is nothing. That's not. I've passed the Tebet test. I'm fine, right? So I'm
You're gonna have
fine.
to explain that for some people,
this
because
is
some people
nothing.
won't get it.
The Tebet test. Just Google it. It's just it's a horrific thing that people had to deal with, and like I'm all Pakistan Zindabad, so it's all good. But I think it'll be a lot of fun. The competition. If I could change one thing about it, right, I'd bring back from the old 2020 Cup the jacuzzis. Oh yeah. Jacuzzis by the boundary side. Why did we take them away?
Because above ground jacuzzis are the worst things in existence, aren't they?
Yeah,
They're
but-
just cesspits of like.
You like the Oval?
I love the old.
What? Right by the like? Imagine right by the one of those stands.
It's
The
something-
Galdari
Yeah.
stand, right by the Galdari
I feel like
stand.
it's a great
this is-
idea on
this is-
paper. It
this-
doesn't.
this
I
is-
don't think the people of Taunton would know what hit them if a jacuzzi appeared.
Yeah.
With the greatest respect to county cricket fans, and I am one, I wouldn't want to share a jacuzzi with any of them, and that's including myself. I'm sure you wouldn't want to share a
Put a
jacuzzi.
little, put a little shower in.
Yeah.
I think it's. You know, I think it's.
If
kind
you
of
want
fun.
to, if you want to set one up, get in there.
I'm dropping an email to Warwickshire straight after this.
I love that your revolutionary idea, your one thing to change is jacuzzis at
jacuzzis in.
T20 cricket.
Listen, what I liked was when it was
Hot water
really,
bubbles.
really silly, and the silliness of it.
Sure.
The game is hardcore and it's
Yeah,
aggressive.
yeah.
It was always, everybody remembers Adam Hollyoak early days.
Yeah.
You know, the game was never compromised. There was a bit of laughing and joking, and they had the mic packs on players, which I've never really been a fan of. But okay, like the pageantry of it, the fun of it, it gives it its own identity. And like, I think especially now with competition with 100, which is going after the family audiences, the diverse audiences. It's very important that T20 Blast distinguishes itself.
Sure.
And things like jacuzzis, the fancy dress days, the the kids days, the pirate days, all this random stuff they do. Like, I really like it. I think it's cool. And it distinguishes it from the Bash, the IPL, PSL, all that kind of stuff. We might get left behind a little bit if we keep things way too simple.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we necessarily will. I mean, it's a great competition. People love it. People attend. Great attendance.
But it has to be different to the 100, right? It
Absolutely.
has to be, if it's ordered to survive, and I think all around here still want the Blast to keep going, it has to be different, right? And yeah, I think you're totally right.
The jacuzzi, I'd say in jest, obviously.
Yeah, no, of course.
But like,
But
I mean,
it's about the vibes.
the
right?
identity. Yeah.
It's about the vibes. So
It's not
obviously,
like you've looked the prices up online.
Yeah.
Well, it's 3499, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But
That's-
like obviously mentioning vibes there, I thought most serious cricket organisations will do a serious preview of each team, right? They'll talk about the key batters, key bowlers, strike rates, all this kind of thing. It's not really what Cricket District is about. We're about the vibes, especially dealt with cricket here. All about the vibes.
the vibes.
So I thought we could do a vibe preview of each team, ranking them probably top 5 teams on vibes alone.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if they're rubbish at cricket, good vibes,
It's all about
straight to the
vibes,
top.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Well, I am Lancastrian, but a team that has Salt, Livingston, Butler, David.
It's pure vibes.
It's just
Yeah.
Tim David is
hitting it
the
miles.
vibe. He's the vibe.
That's
Yeah.
all I care. I'm
Yeah.
not actually that bothered about the results. I just want to see someone hit it 100 metres.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's it, actually.
That's fact. You can
And
get
they're going
bowled.
to do it. So Lancashire for me.
Yeah, talk about firepower though. Somerset.
Very big with Banton and Smead.
Yeah.
I think the Vitality Blast, why not the Vibe-tality Blast?
Wait.
I've had that one in my head for a minute.
That's good.
Abby's been
That's
thinking
very
about that all the journey from Bristol.
Yes.
I was like,
Vitality
hour and a
Blast.
half train journey. Good one.
Yeah, they've got great vibes.
Yeah.
Like Max Waller, he's got
Yeah.
pretty funky trainers.
Very much.
Is Taunton as a venue good vibes? Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty good.
I think the good thing about Taunton is that it's a smaller ground. It is a very picturesque ground at the same time, but when it's full, the atmosphere is just so packed in and everything is going on. And I think the thing about Somerset's T20 team at the moment is that the majority of them are so young, or I say that now speaking as someone who's in my mid-20s, they're all at least in their early 20s mostly. We do still have some of the older people as well, but can't say that professional cricketers
What-
old
what
unless
the
they're
vibes
Darren
like after the
Stevens.
game?
Yeah, well, there
After
you
the
go.
game.
That's what we want.
I mean,
That's
it's
what.
Birmingham Broad Street.
Well, I don't know.
World Broad Street.
Have you ever heard of Thatcher's? Because
Thatcher's.
that will
You
get
know
things
Thatcher's
underway.
cider?
Never heard of that.
Never heard of Thatcher's. Very good.
The Prime Minister
Hamilton.
is who. Yeah.
I'm just a big fan of drinking marks.
Okay, good vibes from Lancashire, Somerset. Who else are we saying?
Well, Surrey, and
Are we
mainly.
just picking our
No,
own
no,
team?
no, no, because it wasn't up until the big man Karen Pollard came along this week,
yeah.
which is, and yes, the unlimited pot of money we have down at the Oval, fantastic. Well done, Surrey. Keep digging, and it's great. And you know what I love is every time we lose an overseas, whether it be Kemar Roach, hamstring, God, doesn't matter. Big Colin, come along. Here's some more money. Fantastic. Just keep doing it because I love it. Yeah, I'm going to turn up every week for it.
Yeah.
Right.
I've had it on good authority. Hashim Amla lives in a palace.
So he does, and apparently it's made of crystal. So he
I like it this now.
right, we do ball watch with Hashim when we're at the Oval because we have to work out how many times he actually touches the ball in the day. And I've watched Hashim Amla at mid-on touch the ball 7 times this year in 6 days of county championship cricket when he's not batting. So there you go. To live in a crystal mansion, that's not bad, is it?
Very well for it.
Right. Anyway, back to the vibes.
Yes.
'Cause that's more important at this point.
Although Hashim Amla is pure vibes.
He's
by the
pure
way, just
vibes.
thought
He's
I'd
pure vibes.
Yeah.
I think what you add on to Karen Pollard is Will Jacks as a vibesy cricketer, and he is the purest of vibes because he is. I'm just going to hit this so incredibly far. This ball, the one he hit onto the top of the, what's the lovely tented stand at Lord's?
Oh, the grandstand.
But over the offside.
That's a huge hit.
It was just unbelievable. The boy whacks it.
Awesome. We've talked a lot about the professional side of the game, but I think it's cool to talk about the recreational side of it. We get sent so many great club cricket stories, so I thought we could do Club Cricket Hero of the Week. First one comes in from Danny Dallas, who says 3 generations playing on a Sunday, can't beat it. Absolutely love that. And then we also got sent in this photo of Alice Langley playing her first game for Gallywood CC, the first woman to play for Gallywood Cricket Club. Pretty cool.
It's great, isn't it? And I've seen, just in this past week, I've heard of 2 schools that are now playing cricket as their summer sport, which is massive for the women.
It is really lovely because as a child, when I was in secondary school, we didn't have cricket as a summer sport. We always had rounders. And I feel like whenever anyone mocks women's cricket or anything like that, I think they forget, like, women haven't played before. Like, if they're joining a team, then that is likely to be the first time that they've ever played cricket. And I've joined a new team recently, and there were some other new people as well. I said, have you played cricket before? Like, how did you get into this? And it just turned out that they had, one of their friends had gone along on a whim the year before and then, like, hyped it up to them and said, I really enjoy it. It's just a really fun thing to do. So I think the main thing about cricket, and I think the thing that we all love so much about playing cricket, is the team atmosphere and how lovely to play it is as a team. And it's not like intensive exercise or anything. It's not like you're there doing a million press-ups. You're just throwing a ball.
Yeah.
You're catching it. Yeah.
Well,
I also wanted to get your view as well. Like we spoke about how, you know, the 100 has increased participation in different initiatives from cricket, but also I think social media plays a massive part, and like the rise of TikTok and like communities on Twitter, where it's not like this perfect image of your day. You can kind of showcase what it's like to play club cricket. I've seen a few of your TikToks and a few other creators. It's like, oh, actually, this looks like quite a lot of fun to be involved in. Why don't I give it a go? It doesn't seem like this exclusive thing that I shouldn't start in my mid-20s. It's actually, maybe I'll make some friends doing this and like have some fun along the way.
And I feel like a lot of the time with cricket content, the scary thing about it is when you see the majority of it just being the professional cricketers, because you're like, I could never bowl a ball like that. I could never throw the ball that far. Whereas when you see other people doing it, and like, that's why I upload my double bouncing balls, because just for me to laugh at and for other people to laugh at too, which they have done greatly. But it makes it more easy for people to feel comfortable about their own skills, but also then think, that looks fun, why don't I give that a go?
Totally. And it's a silly sport. Like, I feel like we take it, generally people take cricket far too seriously, and the same with media coverage. And actually, like, I want to see an old geezer take a screamer at slip or fall over in the pitch and get run out just as much as I want to watch Test cricket highlights. And you're right, like actually seeing a bit of village cricket and thinking, actually, that doesn't look that hard. I might give it a go on Saturday, join my local club. That's That's what it's about, right?
There's one of my favourite videos of all time. The best bit of cricket content that was ever created was accidentally done from a live stream in Marcus Trescothick's last season when he played for Somerset in 2019. He started off the season, for part of the season he was playing for the second 11. And there's a video of him running, and then he just falls over at the other end, and then the other batter runs towards him, not realising he's fallen over. But if someone like Marcus Trescothick can still be as village as that,
Yeah. I think I was in a second team game, wasn't
Yeah.
it? We'll show the video now.
makes me feel
So good.
a lot
And obviously,
better.
like seeing professionals mess up
Yeah.
and posting that on their accounts and taking them out themselves, I think it's brilliant. I think that kind of leans quite into what we were talking about earlier about doing a kind of feature where we go, what's village or what's not, or what's hot or what not.
Yeah.
You know, what kind of trends do we see in cricket right now?
Right. So I'm going to kick off, Toby, with my first, and you guys can straight away disagree or agree. But New Zealand coaches are so hot right now.
Yeah.
They are so hot right
Yeah.
now. So Daniel Vittoria this morning, we found out assistant coach of Australia, and Brendan McCullum just looking like, wow, front cover of, I don't know, what, give me
GQ.
GQ Esquire, something
Yeah.
classy like that, and looking like he's going to lead us into a brave new future. I don't know if you agree or not, hot or not, yes or no. First
Hot.
one.
Hot.
I'd say hot.
No?
No, I'm going to say hot, but I understand.
See him in a jacuzzi?
I can. That's a different question. But I mean, I see the flip side of the argument as well, because I mean, initially I was very excited as well. You know, I was like, oh, this is a brilliant left field signing. But like, you know, Owen Morgan's endorsed him. Obviously, they work together at Kolkata Knight Riders. I understand how people can take issue with that signing and think, well, we could have gone in a different direction. I don't mind the ECB trying it at all, but I don't want to get overexcited about it until I see some stuff happen. You know,
Sure.
yeah, but I'm kind of mild.
You might.
Mild.
I think
You
I
look
would say,
warm.
I would
It's
say
very
hot.
Baileys.
I'm not
with-
taking off my
yeah.
jacket off yet.
Yeah, I'd say hot with combined with Stokes. I think if it was combined with Roots, it's not. But McCullum and Stokes together, hot.
Just big biceps.
Yeah,
God, he is a
tattoos.
good-looking boy.
It's a hot couple.
Cricket
It's a hot
is all
couple.
of a sudden
So-
it's a bad boy sport.
Agreed.
Speaking of good-looking boys, onto my second hot.
Got it.
And this is 46-year-old, our mate, Darren Stevens. Now, the reason why he's so hot right now is because of what he did to the Sri Lankan Development 11. Now,
Did he bully them?
if you were going to play against a bunch of lads who were 23 years younger than you, none of them were that close. That was the closest they were, 23 years younger than you. 168 off 142 balls. Boys, there's levels to this game. You're not Darren Stevens yet. So hot right now, and he's going to do it in the blast as well.
No
I'm convinced.
mercy as well.
Yeah.
I want to see that. Bullying kids.
He's been hot consistently, 25 odd years of his career, isn't he?
exactly,
hero.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Now, sadly, onto the knots, and the first knot comes from the England Test match squad selection, and there is one man, and in particular, a piece of kit he wears, which upsets me to the very core.
Oh, I think I know what you're going to say here.
Alex Lees wears a Gray Nichols helmet, and he should not be allowed to score runs at Test match level wearing that helmet unless your name is Sir Alistair Cook, and that is a fact. Gray Nichols helmets make you look budget. They make the best bats in the world, but the worst lids.
Village helmets. I
Yeah.
think it's so niche, but also something that a lot of people can agree on. I think Missouri lids just look pro. Grey Nicks, you can only really pull it off if you're averaging above 50.
I think I have a grey Nick's lid. I don't know what it is, actually, to be honest with you, because I've had it since I was 16. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I've never really paid that close attention to
There you
lids.
go.
Village.
The cricket's all about vibes, isn't it?
It's all about
Yeah.
vibes.
You
It's all
can't
about-
be good, look good.
Yeah.
How do you feel
totally.
about those the wicketkeeper strap forward helmets, which is just
the
grills?
the oboe masks.
Yeah.
Again, you've got to be an absolute gun to pull that off.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a gun keeper.
No,
pull
well,
it
the
off.
one, dear old Josh Knappett used to
Yeah,
play
yeah.
at Middlesex. He styled a hockey mask for a short while, but I think that was because they were given to him rather than because he wanted to wear them. But
So,
yeah.
how many has Alex Lee's got to average before you can take him seriously?
At least 54. That's just a fact.
Interesting.
Fair play.
Yeah, but there you
I
go.
back him to do it.
I want him
do
to.
it.
I want him to.
Yeah.
Or he could just change his lid. I'll be happy with 30.
But what would it be okay for him to? Would you rather him have that lid and bat with a mongoose, or the mongoose without the lid? What's worse?
Oh.
There we go.
The mongoose is worse. As an opening
Worse
batter
than the
in
lid?
Test
Not,
Yeah, I don't know, but McCullum's the coach, so maybe.
yeah, it'd be fine. It'd be
McCullum's a coach.
acceptable. Except a Missouri lid with a mongoose, 100%. I'm all
It
for
works.
it. I'm all
It
for
works.
it.
Awesome.
What a
Okay.
positive way of playing
I'm
the
just
game.
trying to sketch it in my
Alright,
mind. That's
alright.
good. I can see it.
Next one, county cricket umpires. And I know you've had a gripe with them recently. You're upset about them. My particular gripe with them, because I'll let you have a crack at yours, but this is my particular one recently. How have you let Marnus Labuschagne pass 53 times this season? Get your finger out and stop him scoring runs now. It is a travesty.
There's absolutely no shame in Marnus Labuschagne getting runs when he's top of my fantasy team.
Oh, yeah. No, but if it's hitting him anywhere remotely near the stumps, you need to sort it out. If he's getting past 50 twice in the game, and he did against Derbyshire, you're doing it all wrong.
Needs triggering, doesn't
Needs triggering.
Quick.
There you go.
He's getting wickets as well, isn't he? He's been bowling and taking wickets.
We can't be having it.
There was a game where
bouncing
against
Stokes as well.
yeah, the game against in Middlesex. Shaheen got him first innings, then he got Shaheen back with the ball, but then Shaheen got him again.
Yeah.
It's just can anybody else play, guys? Can I have a go?
That was an excellent week for the fantasy team when they were both on there.
We do have our own fantasy league as well on the cricket draft. We'll leave a link in the description to join. But yeah, loads of great cricket coming up. We spoke about what your favourite moment was from the week. I want to know what you're looking forward to in the cricket world over the next couple of weeks.
For me, just a blast being back. Getting on the road, me and Munners in the car. It's a random town in England.
Followed that with cricket.
Rocks, drinking lots of beer, eating pies,
Yeah.
watching cricket, sixes, wickets. Just being back on the road. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm
Love
with
it.
you on that, Tim. Yeah.
Love it. Abby?
I am very excited for the New Zealand series to get underway.
Yep.
I made a spur of the moment decision the other day to purchase a ticket for one of the days at Lord's.
Nice.
A nice cool £110 for a standard
Better be
ticket.
some vibes. Better be some vibes.
A set I did particularly like the £60 restricted view seat that was behind a pillar. But yeah, I'm very excited for that. So I'm going to the Lords, one of the days at Lords, and also one of the days at Headingley as well.
Awesome.
Oh, fun.
So
Yeah.
I mean, last summer the game against India at the Oval was actually the first England men's test I've ever watched, and now I'm going to two within like 3 weeks of each other.
So exciting. And
Big on
Lord's
you.
like, yeah,
Watch
Lord's,
live, I should
New
say.
Zealand's playing,
In
Brendan
person.
McCullum, the New England coach, playing at the home of cricket. It should be an awesome week.
Yeah.
Have you got your fancy dress sorted for Headingley though?
Uncertain at the moment. We were toying with ideas.
Go on, what have you got?
Thought about Jack Leach, but
Oh, yeah.
so overdone now. But
Yeah.
as a Jack Leach super fan, let's
We've,
say,
I just
I
wasn't
very much
expecting
am a
that at all.
super
Yeah.
fan.
I was
Yeah.
thinking like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
well,
Go as, just gonna
my
go as Jack.
friend, my friend Rhiannon did Scooby-Doo last year when she went to one of the days.
So the natural next
Yeah.
thing is to do Jack Leach.
Yeah, exactly. Jack Leach, because I am a Jack Leach fan, and my friend Rhiannon is ginger and has
Okay.
tattoos.
Ah, okay,
A lot
so gonna
like
go as Leach and Stokes.
Ben
Yeah, you
Stokes.
should do
So
that. And Headingley as well. obviously.
heading
Yeah.
exactly.
Iconic.
I think this is sorted now.
Yeah.
Rhiannon, get your tattoos out.
Go on,
Brilliant.
Rihanna.
I'll get the bold cap.
So good.
Oh, it's
So good. That's going to be on Sky.
That's
Can't
gonna
wait
be
to see it.
amazing.
We'll get a few retweets.
Artie, what are you looking forward to in the next couple of weeks?
Oh, all of it, man. Just it's really nice. Like I've got this really privileged position in cricket. I get to like watch so much of it and talk about it. And it sounds really cheesy. I'm really looking forward to all of it. Like being at the Blast matches, the Test matches. I got really excited the other day. I found out that the program for the first Test at Lord's has an interview with me in it.
Oh,
So like,
amazing.
and I was like,
Amazing.
I was telling the guy who did the interview ages. I forgot that it was going to happen, and then he told me recently it's coming
Yeah.
out. I told him like I've got like 6 of these from when I was a kid. My older brother used to take me to the Test matches. I've got a program signed by Darren Goff. I got one signed by Graham Hick, who's my favorite player of all time, and various other players. So like, I used to collect these programs all the time. I mean, nowadays, if the ticket's 110 quid, they probably cost about £10,000. I don't know what a program costs. Worth it, interview with me. But yeah, whatever. I mean, it's really cool. I'm looking forward to seeing that in particular. But also, I'm looking forward to the Commonwealth Games as well. That's going to be fun.
Huge.
I'm not involved in that professionally, but I'll be watching and curious to see how it comes across and how it's broadcast, because apparently they've taken an unusual approach to broadcasting it. But that'll be fun. The Women's International, the Women's Test this summer, that's going to be a lot of fun. it's like the most stacked they've gone with women's cricket in England in the summer in terms of broadcast. So that's really
And
exciting.
it's at the best ground in the world, non-biased.
Yeah, so that'll be a lot of fun. There's just a great vibe about all the cricket in general this year. There's so much to watch. I know some people worry about like windows, like, oh, there's not enough time to fit this in. There's this too much of this and too. I think if you're a cricket fan, any day that you can't watch cricket is miserable. So you watch any. I mean, I watched European League cricket this year. I watched Denmark versus Norway and Sweden versus, and they're all Pakistani. But like, you know, I watched it. There's a lot, and I'll watch any cricket at all. So when you get to watch high quality, high class men's and women cricket in the country that made it, can't complain about that.
Awesome. What a way to finish this first episode of the unnamed Cricket District YouTube show. Guys, thank you so much for being on it. It's been a load of fun. Let us know in the comments any feedback you've got. We've really enjoyed making it. And yeah, see you next time.